such a clutch player for them, Bethany England. As Stacey Pearson blows her whistle, all the players take the knee to show their continued support in the fight against racism. No room for racism in football. And so Leicester City get us underway, up against a Tottenham side that have been very solid at home this season, winning 3 of their last 5 WSL games here at Brisbane Road, looking to extend that this afternoon. Ashley Neville with the throw-in, one of Tottenham's longest serving players, a player that's synonymous with Tottenham women in a similar way that Son is for Tottenham men. Howard back to Leipzig in goal. England applying the press. And it's out for a Tottenham throw-in. So Thibault, that late change coming in for Keys. Into the back line for Leicester. That's nice from Hayley Rasso. Her ball across looking for Drew Spence, and Howard cleared before it could reach the Spurs forward. Neville receives it back from England. Loose touch, but Bethany England surging forward. Her ball across looking again for the run of Drew Spence, just a little too far in front of her former Chelsea teammate. Leicester move it forward up the pitch, looking for Takarada, Japanese forward. Lisa Kopp then up against her former side in goal for Tottenham this afternoon. That's a poor giveaway though by Oroth. Dealt with emphatically by Bula. Spence. Nice quick feet. Spreads the ball out to the Australian Rasso. Neville on the overlap. Jess Naz now. Young English forward. Bags of pace, but perhaps needs to add a little bit more end product. Only 1 goal this season for Tottenham. Bula finds Molly Bartrop, who's played every game in the league this season for Tottenham. Mete Aroth with the quick footwork into Nilden. Her ball across, in off the goalkeeper. A fortuitous goal perhaps, but Tottenham lead. Really nice footwork from Mete Aroth. Slithered into Nilden. Her ball across, looked a little too close to the goalkeeper, but Leipzig accidentally rebounding the ball into her own net. And Leicester trail early on here. Disastrous start for the Foxes. All about that footwork from the Spaniard. And Leipzig will be really disappointed with that. She's usually a very solid goalkeeper, the German, but that is a bit of a howler. Leicester's day just got a little harder. Keiman. It will go down as a Leipzig own goal rather than a Nilden goal. Always feels a little harsh. Bartrip into Bula. Said her favourite player growing up was Carlos Puyol. Got a similar set of locks to him. Bartrip carries it forward. Tried to slide it into Nilden, overhit pass, and Leicester with the throw-in. Not the way you want to concede as a goalkeeper. Can she get her confidence back for the rest of this match? She's going to have to. She's got 85 minutes left to play. Ashley Neville. Forward to Rasso. Cut out well, though, by Ale. That's good running from Goodwin. Though she runs straight into a Tottenham player. And Spurs can't release Rasso. Always wears a ribbon in her hair, the same colour as her shirt. White this afternoon to match the lily white Tottenham shirt. Said that she originally started doing it because it helped her grandma identify her when she was playing. This is her third English team she's played for. Had a stint at Manchester City and at Everton before going to Real Madrid. Now she's here in North London. Bartrip played every minute so far in the league for Tottenham. Consistent player. One back by Naz. Lends it to Drew Spence. Good work from Eroth. Spurs number 10. Signed from Real Madrid in the summer. After 5 seasons in the Spanish capital. Deadline day signing, and pretty exciting signing as well for Tottenham women. Not too many Spanish players playing in the English Women's Super League. All the best ones played for Barcelona, of course. European juggernaut. Spence tries to play it into Naz. Thibault clears for Leicester. This is better from Leicester. Mamiki slides it out to Goodwin. Ailes making the overlapping run. Will she get there? No, it's good defending in the end from Bula. Just shielded it out of play. Former Tottenham player herself, Asmita Ale. Said that he was excited to get back to football after the winter break. Tottenham's manager, Robert Villaham. Tottenham lose out. Lass can't hold on to it though, and then that's slid into the channel for the pacey Naz to latch onto. Really good defending though from Leicester's captain, and that's really nice as well to keep it in play from Keiman. That's well left. Missy Goodwin coming forward now for Leicester. Past Bula, still going, Goodwin. Put a nice ball across the face of the Tottenham goal. No black and pink shirt there to touch it in. In a good spot of form at the moment. Missy Goodwin, 2 goals in the last 2 games, including that goal against Chelsea before Christmas that helped the Foxes earn that draw. Fantastic result. The first team to take points off Sonia Bonpasteur at Chelsea. Very few teams will do that this season, that's for sure. CJ Bott. Crowded out. Naz spins away. Good strength to shrug off the defender. Rasso now. Just turned right into Missy Goodwin, and I think the referee interpreting that as an accidental clash rather than a foul. Well, it looks like a painful one for Hayley Rasso. Mamiki. Forward for Goodwin. Looks like she's had her Weetabix this morning, Missy Goodwin. Leicester can't slide it out to Lass. Former Tottenham player, Ale. Wonderful ball into Mamiki. Bula comes across and manages to cross it away from goal, off a Leicester player and out for a goal kick. Last 5 minutes spell a little better from Leicester City. Leicester applying the press high up the pitch, not allowing Tottenham to pass it out. We know that Robert Villahan wants to do that. Kaiman wins it back, and then in comes Nelly Lass with a thunderous challenge. Good strength here from Kaiman, wins the free kick, and Nelly Lass, the teenager, making Tottenham player know that she was there. Takarada. Flick on cleared by Neville. Again, really nice control from her off. She plays like a Spaniard. Great close control, wonderful passer of the ball. Naz. Back to Nilden. Swedish defender's touch let her down, but she managed to regain control of the ball. Bula can't pick out Rasso. Leicester's Ruby Mace in possession. That's nice combination play between Mace and Bott. Naz is back and she's taken off the boot of the Leicester player. Nelly Lass now. Her ball across is well claimed by Lisa Kopp on her Tottenham debut. Bott losing her ball, but carrying on anyway. Some of these football boots nowadays don't have laces, slip in and off. Although that one does have laces. CJ Bott makes sure they're tightly tied. Not the way that Leicester City manager Amandine Mikel would have wanted her side to start. But they're growing into this match. England. Into the channel for Naz. Up against Howard. Howard's backtracking. Naz back to England. Lovely pass. England's cross cleared. Aitonen playing it all the way back to Bula. Drew Spence manages to win it back after the loose touch. Bartrip closed down by Takarada. Leicester picking and choosing when to apply the press. Not something that you can do for 90 minutes, so allowing Spurs, this is 2 centre-halves to have the ball. Press them when they try and move through the thirds, and they've done well there to win the throw-in. Just 1 win in the WSL for Amandine Miquel as Leicester manager. That's a poor giveaway there. The ball, though, couldn't pick out Drew Spence, who would have been in. Was 8th and then. Overhit it. Good win. Great control. She's looking like Leicester City's best player at the moment going forward. Really sharp. Drew Spence with the wonderful little flick on. Flag was up though for offside. I think that was Drew Spence caught offside. Naz looked like she would have been in. Although Jessica Naz has been offside the most of any Tottenham player this season. 7 times the flag's been raised against her, and considering her pace, she doesn't really need to go that far up the pitch. She's got a yard of pace on most players. Wins it back off Bot. It's good play from Takarada. Lass now, 17-year-old. Manages to get the ball across to Mamiki. Cuts it back. Ruby Mace with the effort. Took a big deflection. Leicester with their first corner of the game. Much better from the Foxes. Good ball this from Lass. Hayley Rasso taking a knock as Ruby Mace followed through on the shot. Second time she's had a bit of a heavy challenge on her, Hayley Rasso. Such a consistent player, Bethany England, over the years for Chelsea and now for Tottenham. Left Chelsea to make sure she would get more minutes, wants to be in the England side. She's got a great record actually against the Foxes. Has scored 4 goals in her last 5 appearances against Leicester. Played in every game this season in the WSL for Tottenham. What can Leicester do then from this corner, their first of the match? Taken short to Mace. Slides it into Mamiki, and that is a wasted opportunity. And Naz does really well. Can't get past Missy Goodwin though, who's back to defend. Another great defensive action this time from Missy Goodwin. Ale with the header, but Rasso latches onto it. Back to a Roth. Picks out Neville. Into England. Neville trying to slide it through to Spence. Well won back by Rasso. Mamiki picks it up though. Japanese forward can't find a teammate. Tottenham win it back. The side from North London in control through that early own goal from Janina Leitzig and the Leicester goalkeeper. Naz. Infield to Spence. Finds England. This is good football from Tottenham. Hayley Rasso then trying to pick out Aitinen. Move breaks down, but Tottenham will come again. Intricate passing, this from Tottenham. Very much the style Robert Villaham, their manager, wants them to play. Forward comes Neville, leaving Missy Goodwin in her wake. Oh, Bethany England could have poked that through to Neville. The right back would have been in. Forward come Leicester. Slid into Takarada. Up against Bartrip. Her ball across. And the effort from the in-rushing captain is a scuffed one. Good idea from Takarada. Two Leicester players getting in each other's way. Good closing down from Takarada. No foul, says the referee. Leicester come forward, great opportunity here, and it's laid off to Kaiman, the captain, and how has she not found the back of the net there? Tottenham with a huge let-off. Takarada won it back. Referee said fairly, and she did ever so well to just play in the captain, and all Takarada had to do was pass it into the empty net. That's poor from Leicester, and they might live to regret that. And it's moments like that that's illustrative of why Leicester so far down the bottom of the table and why they've only scored 3 WSL goals this season. They're low on confidence in front of goal. I think Bula thinks that should have been a foul. And that also demonstrative of how Tottenham can sometimes gift opposition chances when they try and play out from the back. A little too casual at points. Oroth combining with Naz. Does really well again, the Spanish midfielder. Naz into Rasso, one back by Mace. And Goodwin wins the foul. Challenge from Ashley Neville. Impressive opening 23 minutes from Missy Goodwin. Only 21 years old, still young. Looks like a really good player for Leicester. Here's that moment again. In fact, looking at that again, it doesn't look like it was a foul. It looks like Bula twisted her ankle as she planted it awkwardly. Did look like a painful one for the Tottenham defender, regardless of whether it was a foul. Nilden. Good pressure from Leicester's teenager, Nelly Lass. Scored her first senior goal for the Foxes midweek against Stoke. Really good finish, actually. Hasn't made too much of an impact on the game in an attacking sense yet. Early doors, though, midway through the first half. That's better from Leicester. Takarada. Hunted down, though, by Drew Spence, who wins it back for Spurs. England into Spence. Mace pulling her shirt, but she carries on. Picks out Rasso. Up against Ale. Well, the Australian tried to take it round her, but good defending from the former Spurs fullback. Really solid in the tackle. Spurs worked it out really well there. Rasso trying to just put it through Ale's legs. Smith-Ale having none of that. And really, for the control that they've had in the game, Tottenham, since their goal, I can't really remember them testing Union Leipzig much at all. Well, they're nearly chances in and around the box, but very few shots to speak of. Stacey Pearson just having a word with Ruby Mace. A couple of moments from her. Pull back on Drew Spence. Might be working her way up to getting a yellow card. Tottenham free kick. Molly Bartrip sprays it out to Nilden on the left. Into the channel for Naz. Wins a corner for Tottenham. Good work from Jess Naz. A moment then for Tottenham Hotspur to test Leipzig again. They've not done so since the goal. It's taken short, and that's another short corner, this time from Tottenham, not Leicester. That's poor. Poor pass there from Bott, but Thibault does well to play it forward to Mamiki. Missy Goodwin now, up against Neville. Rushes to the byline, and she can't keep it in. For the latest news, fixtures and ticket information, do make sure you sign up to The Word on Women's Football. Click the link at the top of the YouTube description to sign up. There's also behind-the-scenes content, exclusive competitions, and the chance to vote in the Barclays monthly awards as well. Throw in for Tottenham, and you'd suspect that Robert Villaham will want more from his side. They lead, but it's a narrow lead. Not much so far for their debutant goalkeeper to do either. Aitonen. Under pressure gives it away. Leicester have been quite successful when they've pressed. Good when too many white shirts around her. Leicester have it back with centre-half Howard. Played every minute for Leicester. Only player in a Leicester shirt to do that so far this season, Howard. Scottish centre-half. Untidy passage of play, but Leicester come away with it with Mace into Ale. Out to Goodwin. Ricochets back to Ruby Mace. Cut out by Nilden. Tottenham good at home this season, and it is very much their home form that is carrying them. 0 wins on the road for Tottenham Hotspur women this season, in the WSL that is. Spence with a punchy pass back to Bartrip. 15 minutes to go to the break. Tottenham controlling this game, leading through that early own goal when Nilden crossed the ball and it ricocheted off the near Leipzig to go into the Leicester net. Not too many chances to speak of for either side since then, although Leicester's captain Kaiman should have finished from 5 yards out when the ball was cut back to her. Tottenham free kick. Thibault a little bit aggressive in the challenge in the referee's point of view. Taken short to Bartrip. Plays the diagonal ball. Drew Spence tried to cushion it across goal. And she had no Leicester player around her. She might have been better actually trying to strike that. Go for goal herself. It's poor defending from the Leicester side. Kaiman tried to step forward and intercept it, but just left Drew Spence completely unmarked. Oh, Leipzig looks like she wants a bit of attention from the physio. I wonder if Drew Spence is thinking, I should have shot from there. Perhaps didn't realise the time and space she had. And Leicester using this opportunity to discuss as a team. Tottenham using it to get some fluids on board. So as mentioned, Leicester have scored the fewest goals in the Women's Super League, just three even. 3 times they've found the net. In fairness to them, they are missing some really key attackers. Jutta Rantanen and Lena Peterman scored the most goals for Leicester last season. Both of them are out injured, long-term injuries as well. Sam Tierney's also been missing. She's a key player for Leicester. But they haven't scored on the road, Leicester City, in the last 397 minutes. Not since Jutta Rantanen scored against Liverpool in September. That is a worrying figure. Bot's shown too much of that to Naz. And Naz has left the ball behind her. Aitanen. Gives it straight back to Leicester. Goodwin. Green grass to run into. Checks her progress though. And she's going to win the free kick there, just on the edge of the halfway line. Lisa Koch just shepherding that out for a Tottenham goal kick. Bula. Square to Bartrip. The Tottenham players want Leicester to press them. They're trying to provoke the press, and then they can then, at the perfect time, play it out around them and find the space in behind the Leicester squad. That being the theory anyway. Bot wins it back for Leicester, finds Goodwin. Into Nelly Lass. The ball across and the captain couldn't shoot in time, challenged, and looks like the flag was up anyway. Good work though from Lass here. Not got her shooting boots on this afternoon so far, Leicester's captain. Takarada chasing down Kopp in goal. Spurs again giving it away as they try and pass out from the back. I understand and appreciate what they're trying to do, but they seem to just be giving it away a lot and not really creating many chances from that type of play either. Missy Goodwin can't keep it in. Just one too many players to beat there. A little more direct from Tottenham, but it breaks down again. Thibaut back to Leipzig, who just knocks it out of play. Perhaps nerves getting to the German goalkeeper after that early own goal. Good strength from Spence. Poked into Rasso. Roth to England. The Tottenham will want to see her in the penalty box, not out wide. That's sloppy from Naz. Out for a Leicester throw-in. Approaching the final moments of this first half. Tottenham lead through that Leipzig own goal. Good touch from Takarada into Mamike. Goodwin will opt to keep the ball. Forward from Howard. Flicked on looking for the run of Lass. The 17-year-old's not going to reach that. Tottenham go short from the goal kick again. And here comes the routine of trying to provoke the press and play through the press. Buller across to Bartrip. Out to Nilden now. That's better from Tottenham. Into Rasso, operating off this left-hand side. Her and Naz look to have switched. Hounded all the way back, though. And then Leicester have dropped back into their own half. Leicester City throw-in. Good close control again from Roth. One back though by Mace. Young player that's been on the scene for quite a while, Ruby Mace. Came up through the Arsenal Academy. Joined Manchester City, loaned out to Leicester, made the loan a permanent deal recently over the summer. Key player in the centre of the park for Leicester. Leipzig cool there under pressure, this time into Mace. And Thibaut slides it out to Ale. That's nice from Goodwin. Out to Nelly Lass. Shot blocked. It will come back to the teenager. Can't flick it onto a teammate. Takarada is back in though to put a bit of pressure on. Really good play though from Hayley Raso. Drew Spence now. Solid defending from Thibaut. Just held her ground against Drew Spence, who was trying to bulldoze her way forward. Kaiman into Mamiki, but the Japanese midfielder couldn't get it under control. Nice cushion pass from Bethany England. Not seen an effort on goal yet from Bethany England. As we mentioned, she is Tottenham's top goal scorer in the WSL at the moment, and she's trying to catch up with Vivian Miedemar's all-time WSL goal scoring record. Not come close yet this afternoon though. Mace poked it out to Ale. Can Leicester fashion a chance right at the end of this first half? Goodwin steps away from Neville, but Neville stabs it away. Mace with the effort from range, catching practice for the Dutch goalkeeper. Worth an effort though from Ruby Mace to test Lisa Kopp. Bartrip up to England. It's poorly given away. Takarada into Missy Goodwin, who couldn't generate enough power on the shot. She's been excellent in this first half, but the crucial moment, she couldn't come up with the goods, Missy Goodwin. And Hayley Raso is going to get a free kick there. And the first yellow card of the game for CJ Bolt. Knew what she was doing there, the Australian. And here's that Missy Goodwin chance. She'll be really disappointed with that. She had time. She had time to take a couple of touches, get it where she wanted to have the ball before she shot. I just didn't get enough power on it. Frustration for Goodwin. It's a bit of a hit and hope into the box for Tottenham. Not much desire from any of the players to get on it. A Leicester player down. The referee's going to stop play to make sure she's okay. I think it's Takarada. See that again. Naz just left a little bit on her. Stood on the top of her boot. Painful one. Collected by Mamiki. Dinked ball forward. That Bula gets under control. Oh, and Leicester nearly won that back. good in the end from the Tottenham defender. 3 minutes minimum at the end of the 45 then. Ashley Neville wants the free kick. The assistant referee obliges. Bartrip back to Kopp. Hasn't had too much to do on her debut. Tottenham moving the ball nicely through the thirds. Bot back to a goalkeeper. Bula meets the long ball. Lass into Takarada. Back to Mimiki, out now to Goodwin. Nice move shaping up for Leicester. Goodwin trying to get it onto her right foot for the shot. Just halted at the crucial moment. Naz into Drew Spence. Bethany England. Nilden takes it on the turn. Hayley Rasso will look to commit Bot on a yellow card. Rasso's delivery, well overhit. It's now with Mimiki into Takarada. Move breaks down. Spence trying to slide it through for England. Thibaut alert to the run from the Tottenham centre forward. And there is the first half whistle then at the break. Tottenham lead through that gift of an own goal from Janina Leitzik. The ball put in by Tottenham's Nilden and it ricocheted in off the inside of her calf. And beyond that, Tottenham have created very little. Leicester's captain, Kaiman, should have equalised for the Foxes. The ball was cut back across to her on the edge of the 6-yard box. She couldn't divert her effort goal with shanking it wide instead. Missy Goodwin also had a decent opportunity for Leicester right at the end of the first half. Couldn't find the power or the accuracy. And really, on the balance of play, Leicester looking the better side, but going in for the half-time break, they trail Tottenham here by 1-0. Not the best first half for them. They haven't played, though, since before the break, so getting back into it. As Mete Aroth gets Tottenham back underway then, leading Leicester by 0-0. Heading towards another win here at Brisbane Road, but it was far from a great performance in the first half from Tottenham. Unless they're nearly breaking away straight away. No changes at the break from either manager either, so the same players that started the game on the pitch now. Now we're back to Leipzig, who has had little to do beyond The own goal she scored. Used to put that behind her now. Leicester without a win in their last 5 WSL games, but their last game they did get a draw, and it was against Chelsea, that 1-1. Probably one of the most unexpected results of the Women's Super League season so far, to be honest. Before that, they lost 4-0 to Manchester City, 2-0 to United. Then they were on the receiving end of a narrow loss to West Ham by 1-0, and a narrow loss to Brighton and Hove, another 1-0. They've actually had quite a good defensive record, Leicester. They've got the 5th best defence in the league, only conceded 13. It's scoring goals that's been the problem. Only 3 scored in the WSL. No team has scored fewer. A touch for Lisa Kopp on her debut for Tottenham, joined just this week from Leicester City, playing her old side straight away. Bit of an awkward debut. Does well to pick out Spence. Drew Spence, one of the few players to have played in every WSL season since the inaugural campaign in 2011. As Neville wins it back for Tottenham. Picks out Naz. Thibault with the challenge. Good defending from the Leicester centre-back. Leipzig goes long, flicked on by Mamiki. She could be a player that comes up with a goal for Leicester. Scored 2 midweek in the FA Cup, Mamiki. She's also scored a goal, the goal, in Leicester's only 1-0 win. Hayley Rasso down there. The ref plays on though, it's not a head injury, so Leicester under no obligation to play it out, although they might want to pause the game, and the ref, Stacey Pearson, in fact, does halt the game to check that Rasso's okay. Was a good challenge from Howard. Did send Hayley Rasso flying though. And that's nearly in behind. And Tottenham fans and Jess Naz not happy about that decision. Their break halted. Given as a foul on Ale, but that looks a little soft, to be honest. Away by Bula. Bot can't find Takarada. Nas can't break away. She might be able to now though, England. Tottenham have got numbers forward, and Bot doing just enough to prevent that break. Hayley Rasso was waiting for it. She collects it now though, the Australian. Mimiki wins it back for the Foxes. Gets a head up. Picks out the captain. Leicester coming forward here. Bott prevented from taking the shot by Rasso. Shouts of handball. Spence turning ahead to look at the referee. Not given. Leicester play on. Ruby Mace turning away from Spence. Can Leicester find a way into this matchup? Trailing currently. They looked the better team in the first half, though. They created more attacking threat. Tottenham's Jess Nass now. Away from Ale. The challenge, though, from the former Tottenham defender was a fair one. Referee plays advantage, but the advantage broke down. And Leicester will have the free kick. And the first change of the game then. Mete Aroth making way for Martha Thomas. That's an interesting change. We don't too often see Martha Thomas and Bethany England playing together. It's usually one or the other. And I suspect that will be a slight change in formation. Will Drew Spence drop back into midfield and allow Thomas to play up top with England? Yes, that looks exactly what's happened. So Spurs in a 4-4-2 with England and Thomas. And will they be able to produce more of a threat going forward now they've got two forwards on the pitch? Let's see. She was Tottenham's top goal scorer last season with 7. Hasn't scored yet this season though, Thomas. Goodwin. Out for a Leicester throw. Can Thomas and England combine? Can they complement each other? Tottenham win it back, up to Thomas. Can't lay it off into the path of England. Now Leicester throw in. Tottenham, remember, unbeaten in their last 6 meetings in the Women's Super League with Leicester. They've won 5, drawn 1. That's the most they've faced an opponent without ever losing in the competition. And currently leading here. Headed into the path of Lass, and Bott will try and get onto this. Commanding defending from Bula. Thomas pokes it out to Rasso. Busting a gut forward, Thomas to get back onto this. Her ball across, looking for England. Actually was an effort on goal. Leitzig with a strong hand. Instant impact from Martha Thomas. Ashley Neville, that's a poor ball in, headed clear by Thibault. And I suspect Robert Villahan will be pleased with that. Nice ball in behind for Bethany England now. Flag up for offside against the English forward. Here's that chance, and it looked initially like it was a cross, but it was going in, and Leitzig had to pedal back and produced a decent save, really. Here come Leicester, space for Kaiman. Tried to slide it out to the teenager Lass, cut out well by Rasso. Game looks to be opening up a bit after a somewhat cagey first half with few chances. Met by Neville. Now she's trying to get away from her marker. She's done well into Spence. One back though by Leicester. Goodwin. Driving in field and straight into Ashley Neville. Forward come Tottenham. Rasso on the left. Martha Thomas making the run down the middle. And the pass didn't pick out the Scottish forward. Nilden it was with the ball. Ale to Mimiki. Mace lets it run across her body, goes back to her defender. Not with Bott. She's found by Haley Rasso. Two Australians in the battle. Looks like Leicester will lift this into the 18-yard box. Spurs playing a high line. And it's Mimiki with the ball. Headed back across by Thibault. Back with Thibault. And Thomas comes back to help defend into Naz. Ball turns away from danger, but too many Leicester players back. Goodwin. Away from Spence. Scrappy passage of play. Neither side able to get it under control, but Tottenham have it now with Bethany England. Still in play here, and Nas can keep it in. Leicester might have a bit of defending to do. And that didn't look out of play. Throwing goes the way of Tottenham though, so Jess Nas won't have too much to complain about. Goal kick. As we approach the hour mark. Are we about to see some Leicester changes? Yes, we are then. So, on comes Shannon O'Brien. Has missed most of the season with a quad injury. Only one appearance so far. So, Leicester City fans will be pleased to see her back. Sam Tierney as well coming on. She's not played in the WSL since early November. Two key players for Leicester City back on for the final half an hour here. Can they help their side come up with what would be a leveller? So Nelly Lassoff for Shannon O'Brien, and the Leicester captain Kyman also coming off, and just before that she passed over the captain's armband to Sophie Howard. Kopp forward to Spence. Neville coming forward. Slides it out to Naz. Thomas now. All the way back with Bula. England helps it on to Hayley Rasso. And that's great defending from Thibault. She's been really solid at the back for Leicester. O'Brien, the substitute. Up against Nilden. Plays it round the corner for Tierney. Onside her, ball across, and then the effort from Goodwin is saved by Kopp. Leicester close to a leveller. Instant impact from the two substitutes, O'Brien and Tierney. Missy Goodwin just under quite a bit of pressure, unable to really make Kopp work too much. And Fox's fans will be so happy to see Sam Tierney back. She played every WSL game last season for Leicester City, the only player to do so. And she's hasn't played in the WSL since early November, been out with injury, so a real boost to have her back, especially when they're missing key attacking players like Jutta Ranteler, Lena Peterman. Looks like Goodwin will be okay. And just before that as well, a really excellent challenge from Thibault. She's been a rock at the back for Leicester this afternoon. Plenty of time in this game. Tottenham looking a little bit more potent in attack now in this second half. More changes, in fact, coming for them as well. So Hayley Rasso coming off. Gunning-Williams replacing her. Jess Naz also making way for Grant. Gunning-Williams, still a teenager, 6 appearances in the WSL for her. All substitute appearances. Bethany England tries to pick out Lena Gunning-Williams. Leicester throw in. One back by the substitute. Play though again. 25 minutes remaining then. Leicester with only one win in the Women's Super League this season, trailing here. Back with Kopp. Spence fires it forward. Thomas can't get it under control. Goodwin. Nice diagonal ball out to O'Brien. Wonderful touch round the corner for Tierney. Through to Takarada. Tierney and O'Brien, two players that really combine well for Leicester. They've done so since coming on as substitutes in this second half. But with the throw. Takarada under pressure. Deflected delivery, cleared by Bartrip. And it's hooked out. Sophie Howard now wearing the captain's armband. Good strength from Spence to win it off Mamiki. Tottenham looking to make it 3 games unbeaten in a row in the Women's Super League. They drew last time out before the winter break, 1-1 with Brighton. Before that, 2-1 win over Everton. Good win for Leicester. Does well. Picks out Mamiki. Really good play from Missy Goodwin. Mamiki driving forward into Takarada. She's got options to her right. Picks out O'Brien. Couldn't get it onto her left foot for the shot. O'Brien wins it back. CJ Bott into Takarada. Deflects through to Kopp in goal. Bula. Square to Bartrip. Tottenham's back four, holding the width of the pitch. It's nice from Bartrip. Forward for Gunning-Williams. Crosses Thibault though. Into Takarada. One touch pass back to Bott. Mamiki. Thibault wins the ball back, but is penalised for their foul on Martha Thomas and gets in the book as well. Can't believe it. Big grin on her face. Ironic one, I suspect. She did go somewhat through Martha Thomas to get the ball. Had that early opportunity, Martha Thomas, almost 5 minutes after she came on as a substitute, testing in Leipzig, but since then hasn't had many two opportunities in and around the box. Tottenham, lots of nice passing, but not much penetration or attacking impetus going forward. A lot of passes in and around their own defensive third, but that's not how you get goals. "20 minutes remaining then. Spence under pressure finds Gunning-Williams. Leicester force the mistake. One back by Howard into Takarada. Lays it off to Mamiki. She finds O'Brien, and it was just taken off her toe before she could pull the trigger. Well won by Howard. It was in fact Tierney. Missy Goodwin. Infield to Takarada. Tottenham have it with Thomas. Grant's made a run forward, well cut out by Ale. Leicester looking the more threatening going forward in this second half. Drew Spence with the block. One back by Neville. Wins the free kick. Ruby Mace, the offender. And I suspect that cheer from the crowd signified a yellow card for Ruby Mace. Let's see. Confirmation then that Ruby Mace did get a yellow card. Ball put in to the Leicester box, headed out by the first player. Nilden out to England. Into the channel for Gunning Williams. Good defending from Bott. Out for a corner though. What can Tottenham do from this corner? Thomas and England both good players in the air as the ball is swung in. Howard clears, and that is a poor ball back in from Nilden. For the latest news, fixtures and ticket information, make sure you sign up to The Word on Women's Football. Click the link at the top of the YouTube description to sign up. There's also behind-the-scenes content, exclusive competitions and the chance to vote in the Barclays monthly awards as well. Just over 15 minutes remaining. Tottenham lead still through that 4-minute own goal from Elite Leipzig. Leicester perhaps a little unfortunate not to get back into it. Coming forward now though, Mamiki. No one in front of her, she'll go alone. Back to Mace, who pulls the trigger from range and forces the save from Kopp. Or in fact, it might have just been wide. Keeper had it covered. Didn't get a finger on it. Second time Ruby Mace has had an effort from range, getting closer. England forward for Gunning Williams. Bott did well though. Powered forward by Leipzig. Won by Mace. Kept in well by Goodwin. Back to Ruby Mace. Drew Spence is there for Tottenham's rescue. Poked out by Ale. And his side just look a little lacking in ideas when they get the ball into the final third. They pass it around really nicely in their own half and as they move through the thirds, but once they find themselves in and around the box, they seem a little unsure, a little hesitant. Perhaps they're just shaking off the cobwebs of the winter break. This is their first game back, Tottenham. Their FA Cup game against Everton last weekend was postponed because of a frozen pitch, so they've not played for some time. Mimiki back on her feet after that challenge. Tottenham gain a little bit of ground. Grant. Cleared by Goodwin. Leicester's manager Amandine Mikel, hoping she can keep Leicester in the Women's Super League this season. Avoid relegation. As things stand, Leicester in 11th. Just one side below them in the relegation spot, Crystal Palace. But they're only a point behind them, Palace. Mimiki wins it. Real scrap in there. All the players clumped up in that corner. Thrown for Leicester and a bit of afters between Neville and Mimiki. Ashley Neville towering over Mimiki. Missy Goodwin sees the funny side. Spence tries to poke it forward to Thomas. Downfield from Thibaut. Leicester running out of time. Mickey wins it back. Out to O'Brien. Nice delivery from O'Brien. Tierney leapt to head it, but Kopp was strong in the air against her former teammate. Good goalkeeping. That's why Tottenham brought her in. Falls kindly for England. She picks up Thomas. Still going, Martha Thomas. Past Mace, but Mace does well to get back in and nick it back. Leicester surging forward now. Takarada. Back to O'Brien. Couldn't pick out Mimiki. Grant did just enough. Leicester getting a little desperate now. They want a free kick for that. Mimiki holding her head. The referee will have to stop play there if it is a head injury. Been in the wars. Past 20 minutes, Mimiki. That did look rather painful, just landed on by Bula. Tottenham look like they will continue then their unbeaten record against Leicester. They've never lost to the Foxes. And unless there's a remarkable turnaround here, looks like they won't be losing this afternoon. Change for Tottenham then. Aitinen coming off. Placed by Anashiki. Bit of a formation tweak, perhaps. Some instructions from the substitute for her teammates. And is Amandine Mikel about to make a change as well? Not quite yet, anyway. Forward from Bott. Flicked on by Mimiki. Cleared by Neville. Goodwin. Chased down by Spence. Posts it back to Thibaut. Good work rate from Bethany England. Known for her goals, but she's always working hard, tracking back, pressing. Ruby Mace now. Into Takarada. Mimiki, back to O'Brien. That's good from Shannon O'Brien. And the challenge, a fair one. And Leicester can't believe they've not got a corner there. And let's look at it again on the replay. She did well, first of all, Shannon O'Brien. And that looks like it should be a corner. Shannon O'Brien is rightly frustrated there. It's just not gone Leicester's way this afternoon. Was a good challenge from Gunning Williams. Got the ball cleanly. Mimiki. That substitute has been made. Sherwood on for Leicester. Forward by Kopp. Leicester need a goal. They're staring down the barrel of another defeat, what would be a 7th defeat in the Women's Super League for Amandine Mikel's side. Approaching the final 5 minutes. I suspect there'll be quite a few minutes of injury time at the end of the match, but not too many. Missy Goodwin it was that came off for Simone Sherwood. Bott trying to provide a bit of urgency. Tierney now can poke it through. And Leicester might lay themselves a little open at the back. As Tottenham try and break. England try to poke it out to Martha Thomas, and England just drops to her knees. She knows had she got that pass right, her teammate would have been in. That's not good from the substitute, and England from range! Off the crossbar, was it in? No! Bethany England so close to getting her 80th goal in the WSL. Off the underside of the bar. Leicester now, Tierney. Won well by Nilden. Tottenham fans singing England's name. Well won back by Thomas, and England just saw the goal. And I tell you what, that looks so close. The whole ball has to be over the line though for a goal. Bethany England inches away from extending Tottenham's lead. Leipzig. Her own goal, the difference between these sides. Thibault. Long direct ball in behind, why not? Kopp can only play it out of play. Tottenham looking a little rattled. Can they hang on? Gunning-Williams. That's hooked away. In fact, that's actually quite a good ball forward. And Tierney can't keep it alive. Nilden did well. Here's that chance again. Desperately unlucky not to go in that. When it hits the underside of the bar, usually it ricochets in. Thrown for Leicester into Takarada. No foul, says the referee. Oh, thought about it actually. Stacey Pearson does give the free kick to Leicester. Ruby Mace to take. Into a dangerous area, Beth England clears. Good defending from the forward. And that's out of play. Goal kick Tottenham. Clock ticking away. Leicester look to be extending that unwanted streak to 6 games without a win in the Women's Super League. I've only won once in the league this year, this season even. Headed on by Bott. Tierney can't get it under control. Can Leicester fashion a last chance? Mimiki, space on the right. Wins a free kick. Unnecessary from Gunning-Williams. Just tried to nick the ball away, got Mimiki instead. And it looks like we're going to have quite a long period of injury time at the end. 9 minutes to play. That's a welcome sight for Leicester fans. Mimiki delivers. Cleared by a white shirt. One back by Thomas. 4 against 2. Poked forward, great defending from CJ Bott. And Tottenham waste that opportunity to counter and finish off the game. All getting a little untidy, a little scrappy at the end of this game. Oh, that looked a real painful one for O'Brien. Slammed in between 2 Tottenham players. She's up though. And this game perhaps summing up Leicester's season so far. They've played some pretty good football. They've had chances, but they're going to lose because they just can't seem to find enough goals. Crowd not happy about something. I think perhaps might be the position of the free kick. Ruby Mace, another teasing ball in. Hooked away by Spence. Cheers from the Tottenham crowd. Leicester players have stayed up. Bot. Off the face of Sherwood, but the young player shrugged it off. Suspect if her team weren't desperate to get back in this game, she might take a beat, but unless they need a goal. Howard clears. Neville with the throw, flick on, off a Leicester player. His side looking to close the game out, heading for another 3 points, another win at home. Been a bit of a battle though, a bit of a struggle. Martha Thomas into Gunning Williams. Back with Thomas. Oh, good play from Bot. Has she shown a little bit too much of it to Thomas? No, she hasn't. Pula back to Bot in goal. Takarada sliding in. Shannon O'Brien. Well left by the referee. Leicester coming forward. Mamiki. Nice delivery that. Neville meets it. Oh, really good from Shannon O'Brien. Keeps Leicester in possession. Not the best clearance. This time though, Drew Spence will carry it out. Looks to take the sting out of the game. Gunning Williams. Gives it straight back to Shannon O'Brien. Mace. Cut out well by Bula. Well, that's good from Martha Thomas. Intelligent play, just runs it away. Slows the game down. They just need to see this out now, Tottenham. Pressure's on Leicester. Final 2 minutes then. Can Leicester find a goal? They've struggled for goals all season. They need one here desperately. Mace, lovely little flick back to O'Brien. O'Brien with the ball through, hooked away by Bartrip. Spence. Good clearance from Shepherd, and Spence will help her up. Final change then for Leicester. Takarada coming off. Kasmar making her way on, number 57. And she's picked out straight away. Ashley Neville back across, shoulder to shoulder, the referee thinks. That's the referee's opinion that matters. Beth England. Martha Thomas. Can she seal it for Tottenham? Just runs away from the Scottish forward. Wry smile. She knows that was a chance. They have won the corner though, Tottenham. Not in a hurry to take this, of course. Time running out for Leicester. In swinging corner, knocked out at the first post. Good play from Mace. Ooh. Two players coming together there in Bartrip. Oh dear. On the touchline, the backroom staff from Tottenham and Leicester just having a little bit of a disagreement. Robert Villaham just telling his staff to calm down. Stacey Pearson, in fact, is going to send off the Leicester assistant coach, Amandine Mikel, telling him to leave. Let's have a look at this. So he just wanted to get the ball back from the Tottenham coach that pushed him. Words exchanged. I'm rather surprised that the Tottenham assistant coach didn't also get a red card. He was the one that laid hands on the Leicester assistant coach. There we go. Howard, heavy touch. Lets Leicester down. Thibault. Neville knocks it out of play. Leicester really are out of time now. Can they get the ball in the box? No, they can't. There is the full-time whistle. Another win at home for Tottenham, who leapfrog Liverpool into 6th place. 7 points taken from their last 9 on offer. The win today courtesy of an own goal from Janina Leitzig on the 4th minute. Leicester had some good chances, particularly in that first half. Their captain, Kaiman, unable to convert from close range. Second half, Leicester pushed, but they couldn't really test Tottenham's goalkeeper, Beth England, hitting the crossbar late on. But the full-time score here is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Leicester City 0.